Hello everyone. أهلا وسهلا بطلاب الصف الخامس الابتدائي with the science lessons تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we're gonna make a revision on unit 1. خلصنا قبل كده all the lessons that we have, so let's make a revision on the first unit we have, which is the unit 1, which is the energy. So let's begin our revision. Our revision in unit 1, before we're gonna begin, لازم نفتكر سوا the lessons that we have in unit 1. The lessons that we have in unit 1 كأنهم متقسمين into two parts. Part number 1 بيتكلم عن إيه؟ Part number 1 which is the first two lessons. Lesson number 1 which is the light, and lesson number 2 which is the seeing colored objects. ده كده أول part في اليونت اللي the first two lessons. The second part of unit 1 which is lesson 3 and 4. Lesson 3 which is the magnetism, and lesson 4 which is the magnetism and electricity. يبقى أول اتنين بيتكلم عن اللايت و the second two which is 3 and 4 talk about the magnet. طيب اوكي احنا كده افتكرنا مع بعض ايه lessons that we have and the lessons that are found in unit 1. عرفنا دلوقتي ال lessons, so let's begin revision with the first lesson we have. Lesson 1 which is the light. أول حاجة عايزين نفتكرها عن اللايت، يعني إيه light؟ Light is the energy. It's a form of energy that causes vision. من غيره ما نقدرش نشوف أي حاجة. So the light it's a form of energy that causes vision. تمام. ايه تاني عندنا في اللايت؟ اول حاجه the visible spectrum، وعرفنا عن ايه visible spectrum. It's the light energy that can be seen. It's the part of energy اللي بنقدر نشوفه. The part of light energy that we can see. تمام. طيب حاجه كمان عندنا في اللايت في lesson 1 which is the sources of light. يا ترى اللايت بيجي منين؟ اول حاجه عندنا two sources of light، يا اما natural يا اما artificial. Natural source such as the sun. طب والارتفيشال مين فاكر؟ the artificial sources زي ايه؟ زي الالكتريك لامب، زي the candles and also the kerosene lamps. يبقى دولت the examples that we have of the artificial sources. فاحنا كده افتكرنا ايه ال sources of the light. طيب بعد ما افتكرنا ال sources of the light تعالوا دلوقتي نفتكر what are the properties of the light. And we have 5 properties of the light. Property number 1, that the light travels in a straight line. Traveling of light in a straight line. وعرفنا that as the result of the light travels in a straight line في phenomenon بتحصل which is أول phenomenon بتحصل هي إيه؟ Formation of shadow. وتاني حاجة the formation of an inverted and minimized image through a narrow hole. واتكلمنا عنهم وعرفناهم عبارة عن إيه. يبقى أول حاجة أول property we know in the light, the first property of the light, traveling of light in a straight line. Property number 2. Property number 2 is transmitting of light through different materials. اللايت بيعدي في different materials مختلفة. ليه؟ إن إحنا عندنا أصلاً الماتيريالز بتكون مختلفة عن التانية في إن هي بتعمل pass لللايت قد إيه. أول نوع عندنا which is called transparent material. Transparent material, the materials that allow most of light to pass through, such as the clear glass, water, air. Type. What about the second type, which is the semi-transparent or translucent material? Translucent material which allow some light to pass through, like the frosted glass. And the third example that we have in here, or the third material, the Optic Object. Optic Object, it's an object or it's a material that don't allow light to pass through, and the objects cannot be seen through it. ما نقدرش نشوف أي حاجة من خلالها or behind it. زي the picture that we have in here. Like the wood. Okay. طيب يبقى احنا كده افتكرنا the second property and عرفنا ان هم عبارة عن ايه materials, different materials, transparent, semi-transparent and opaque object. دلوقتي عندنا property number 3 و property number 4 عايزين ناخدهم مع بعض كده عشان ما نتلخبطش ما بينهم. Property number 3 which is light reflection and property number 4 which is light refraction. طب الأول يعني إيه light reflection؟ Light reflection, it's the bouncing of light. أول picture عندنا هنا, it's the bouncing of light or turning back of light when the light rays falls on a reflecting surface. لما اللايت بيرجع تاني يبقى ده عبارة عن إيه؟ reflecting light. طيب the second one which is light refraction. Light refraction ده هنا عندنا the glass of water. We can see in here the pencil it seems broken in the glass. طب ليه شايفينه broken؟ due to the light refraction. يبقى احنا كده قدرنا نشوف الاثنين نلاحظهم ونفرق ما بينهم light reflection and light refraction. طيب property number 5 which is light separation. That the glass prism splits the white light or the sunlight into 7 spectrum colors. طب مين فاكر معايا كانوا ايه هما ال 7 spectrum colors in order؟ لازم نفتكرهم in order, okay? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. They are the 7 spectrum colors. اوكي تمام. يبقى احنا كده اتكلمنا عن اللايت، يعني افتكرنا يعني ايه لايت، يعني ايه visible spectrum، افتكرنا يعني ايه هي ال sources of the light and also all the properties of the light. وبكده نكون عملنا revision on lesson 1. طب تعالوا دلوقتي نبدا revision on lesson 2. lesson 2 عندنا عباره عن ايه؟ seeing colored objects. ازاي بنشوف ال objects سواء transparent or opaque object لما تكون colored. طيب اول example عندنا هنا قبل ما نبدأ في أي حاجة كأوبزيت للبريزم. البريزم بيعمل إيه؟ splits the white light into 7 spectrum color. طب لو عملنا ميكس لل 7 spectrum colors دولت، لو عملنا ميكس لل 7 colors هيعمل إيه؟ It will produce white light again. The first thing that we have in here. طيب بعد كده عندنا إيه؟ seeing colored object. In seeing colored objects أول حاجة عايزين نفتكرها how can we see the transparent object. Transparent allow light to pass through صح؟ طيب لما هنا بقى عندنا all the 7 spectrum falls on the glass on the transparent green glass هتعمل ايه؟ It will absorb all the light colors and allow its own color only to pass through it. دي كده أول حاجة. طيب ده بالنسبة للtransparent أو الtranslucent. طيب what about the opaque object؟ ال opaque object عندنا 3 حاجات، يا إما black, white or colored. تعالوا نفتكر سوا. البيكتشر دي بتوضح لنا كويس جدا the difference between each one. The black when the 7 spectrum colors or when the white light falls on it, it absorbs all the light colors and don't reflect any of them. طب لو colored هيعمل absorb all of the colors and reflect its own color only, which is the red in here. طب الوايت هيعمل absorb? No, it will reflect all the spectrum colors or all the light colors. يبقى كده افتكرنا سوا the opaque objects ازاي بنشوفهم. طيب تالت حاجة عندنا لما بنشوف opaque object through a transparent material زي البيكتشر هنا. لو عندنا هنا red apple red transparent glass هنقدر نشوفه as red، هنشوفه red زي ما هو. طب لو الترانسبيرنت جلاس بلون مختلف عن الاوبيك اوبجكت، لو بلون مختلف عن الاوبيك اوبجكت it will be seen as black color، هتبقى لونها كأنه black. اوكي تمام. احنا كده افتكرنا، عرفنا ازاي الترانسبيرنت بيظهر بلونه، عرفنا ازاي الاوبيك اوبجكت سواء black, white or colored opaque object, and also how can we see a opaque object through a transparent material. تمام. طيب دلوقتي بقى تعالوا نفتكر the colors when we mix them. Mixing the colored lights. Mixing the colored lights عندنا 3 colors اللي هم ايه؟ blue, red and green. When we mix blue, red and green الثلاثة دول لما بنعمل لهم mix بيطلع white light. بس قبل ما نقول الجملة دي في حاجة مهمة عايزين نعرفها. red وgreen and blue they are called primary colored light. Yes, the red, green and blue they are the primary colored light. هما الأساسيين that they cannot be produced, they are impossible to be produced by mixing any other 2 colors. بس في نوع تاني من الكالرز لما بنعمل ميكس ما بين الريد والجرين بيطلع يلو. لو عملنا mix between the green and blue هيطلع cyan. Mix between the blue and red it will produce magenta. The colors that produced دي اسمها ايه؟ secondary colored lights. يبقى what are the secondary colored lights? They are the colored lights that can be produced by mixing two primary colors. زي عندنا هنا ايه؟ cyan, magenta and yellow. And note again لما بنعمل mix for all the primary colors بيطلع white light زي ما واضح هنا في الصورة في الجزء اللي في النص. تمام؟ طيب احنا كده اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ the seeing colored object. عرفنا ان احنا لما بنعمل ميكس لل7 colors بيطلع وايت تاني. عرفنا ازاي كنا بنشوف الالوان سواء transparent or opaque or an opaque object through transparent material and also mixing the colored lights. وبكده نكون عملنا revision سريع a quick revision on lesson number 2. طيب now we want to make a revision on lesson number 3. lesson number 3 which is the magnetism. أول حاجة مين فاكر the magnet the first discovery of the magnet كانت في area اسمها ايه؟ Magnesia. So the first discovery of the magnet it was an area which is called Magnesia. And then they are called سموا المagnet that they discovered by a natural magnet. Right? تمام. بعد ما اكتشفوا المagnet وعرفنا هو عبارة عن ايه وان هو بيعمل attract للمagnetic material واللي هنقولها دلوقتي. عملوا classify للmagnets into two types. Types of magnets يا إما natural magnet يا إما artificial magnet. Natural magnet اللي هو black rock okay which is called magnetite. والblack rock which is called magnetite ده عبارة عن إيه؟ It's one of the iron ores ما ننساش. طيب what about the second type? The second type which is the artificial magnet. طبعا عندنا different sizes and different shapes of the artificial magnets. زي مثلا هنا for example U-shaped magnet, ring magnet, bar magnet. عندنا كمان horseshoe magnet. A lot of shapes of the artificial magnet. Okay. يبقى احنا كده افتكرنا سوا the difference between the natural magnet and the artificial magnet. طيب also the types materials are classified according to their ability to be attracted to the magnet. في materials بيحصل لها attract للمagnet وmaterials لأ. طب سموهم إيه؟ They are classified into two which is magnetic materials. يعني إيه magnetic materials? They are the materials that are attracted to the magnet. بيحصل لها attract للمagnet. زي إيه؟ The examples that we have like iron, nickel, steel and cobalt. طيب ده كده the first type of materials which are called the magnetic materials. The second type of materials which is the non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials they are the materials that are not attracted to the magnet. ما بيحصلهاش attract للمagnet. طب يا ترى زي ايه؟ عندنا a lot of examples such as the chalk, glass, paper, aluminium, copper, wood, leather and plastic. كل الاكزامبلز ديت non-magnetic material يعني مش بيحصل لها attract للمagnet. تمام. احنا كده دلوقتي افتكرنا سوا the difference between the two materials magnetic and non-magnetic. طيب فاكرين دلوقتي هنتكلم عن ايه؟ هنتكلم عن the properties of the magnet. هنتكلم عن the properties of the magnet. طيب عشان نفتكر سوا ايه هي properties of the magnet؟ ايه اللي كان بيميز المagnet؟ اول property عندنا the magnet has how many poles? 2 poles. So the magnet has 2 poles, north and south. North and south, and we know that the magnetism is concentrated at the 2 poles of the magnet. لكن في النص at the middle it disappears. المagnetism بتختفي في النص، لكن concentrated فين؟ موجودة بشكل قوي فين؟ at the 2 poles of the magnet. طيب ده كده بالنسبة لل first property. The second property, the freely moving or suspended magnet always takes one direction or a fixed direction which is north-south direction. Okay, عارفين دايما لما في magnet is freely moving or is suspended دايما بياخد fixed direction which is north-south direction. تمام. The third property which is the similar poles لو الاثنين زي بعض north و north أو south و south they will repel each other. لكن لو مختلفين and the unlike poles attract each other. Okay, يبقى the like repel and the unlike attract each other. Okay, the last property of the magnet that the magnet is surrounded by an area which is called magnetic field. وعارفين إن magnetic field it's an area around the magnet حوالين المagnet an area around the magnet. Okay, in which the magnetic force appear. تمام. طب يعني ايه magnetic force? It's the ability of the magnet to attract magnetic material in its field. تمام. آخر حاجة عندنا في lesson 3 which is the uses of the magnet. كنا بنستخدم الماجنت في ايه؟ مين فاكر؟ الماجنت كنا بنستخدمه عشان نعمل الكومباس. Okay, the magnetic compass. And the scientist who made the compass is اسمه ايه؟ The William Gilbert. So the scientist who made the compass is William Gilbert. نفتكر الاسم كويس. يبقى what is the use of the magnet? For making the compass. وعارفين إن الكومباس it's used to identify the main four geographical directions. Okay. طيب وبكده نكون عملنا revision lesson number 3. تعالوا دلوقتي نبدأ في lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 which is the magnetism and electricity. Magnetism and electricity عايزين نفتكروا سوا دلوقتي. أول حاجة في المagnetism and electricity عندنا إيه؟ إن electric current has a magnetic effect. Again, electric current has a magnetic effect. طب magnetic effect can generate electric current. تمام. طيب تعالوا دلوقتي نبدأ بأول حاجة the first part of lesson number 4 that the magnetic effect of the electric current. كان عندنا example ليه عبارة عن إيه؟ which is the electromagnet. مين فاكر يعني إيه electromagnet؟ هو temporary magnet. Temporary magnet which is made by the effect of electricity. كان معمول من إيه؟ battery, copper wire and wrought iron. Okay, تمام. مين فاكر إزاي كنا بنزود the magnetism? How can we increase the magnetism of the electromagnet? By increase the number of batteries or by increase the coil turns. تمام. يبقى احنا كده افتكرنا the electromagnet. طيب what about the uses؟ بس قبل ال uses هو كان بيعمل convert من ايه لايه؟ convert the electric energy into magnetic energy. تمام. دلوقتي تعالوا نفتكر the uses of the electromagnet. It's used in making cranes that used to lift the heavy iron blocks and the making devices. It's used in making devices such as electric bell, electric mixer, disk drive or television. ودي كلها the uses of the electromagnet. تمام. Now the second part of lesson number 4 which is the electric effect of the magnet. المرة دي عندنا magnet وهنجيب بيه electricity. طيب كان عندنا ايه ال device that we used in here؟ dynamo. اوكي طيب مين اللي اكتشف الافكت ده ان the electric effect of the magnet؟ Faraday. يبقى the Faraday he the scientist who discovered the electric effect of the magnet. So he the scientist who made the dynamo. وان الداينامو عبارة عن حاجتين magnet and copper wire. طيب الداينامو بنستخدمه في ايه؟ The examples of the dynamo. Two examples. Small dynamo. Small dynamo كنا بنستخدمه في ايه؟ هو صغير فكنا بنستخدمه to light the bulb of the bicycle and it generates small amount of electricity. طيب the second example of dynamo which is the huge dynamo. Huge dynamo كنا بنستخدمه فين؟ Okay, it's used in the electric power station. طيب ليه؟ For operating factories or lighting cities. تمام يبقى احنا كده في lesson number 4 افتكرنا سوا the electromagnet عرفنا هو بيعمل convert من ال A and the uses of it. طب الداينامو عرفنا عبارة عن ايه ومكون من ايه واخر حاجة the examples of the dynamo. اوكي تمام طب الداينامو بيعمل convert من ال A the dynamo convert the kinetic energy or mechanical energy into the electric energy. وبكده نكون عملنا revision for the last lesson that we have in unit 1. اوكي تمام. كده خلصنا عملنا revision on the 4 lessons, lesson 1, 2, 3 and 4 of unit number 1. So let's now take some questions about all the unit number 1. Let's go. So let's now begin our questions for unit 1. The first question we have in unit 1, complete the following statements. Number 1, light can't pass through which material? Transparent ولا translucent ولا opaque? For sure can't pass through opaque material. طيب now complete number 2, light propagates in what light? Which line? Curved, straight? For sure straight lines. يبقى the light propagates in straight lines. Okay, another question. Light is a form of energy that causes vision. Okay, and then this a magnet, this picture, which type of magnet, which shape of a magnet, and it's classified as a which magnet, the type natural or artificial. أول حاجة شكله إيه؟ It's a ring magnet. طيب classified into which one? Natural or artificial? For sure artificial magnet. تمام. Now put right or wrong. The electric current has a magnetic effect? Yes. Okay. طيب question number 2. The piece of carton paper is a translucent object? No, it's an opaque object. تمام. طيب the magnetic field can be observed by using iron fillings? Yes. Okay, now choose the correct answer. When the compass is put beside a wire carrying electric current, no deflection happens للcompass. The needle is deflected or the needle is destroyed. For sure هيحصل له ايه؟ هيتحرك يبقى deflected. Okay, طيب. Another question. The coil of a dynamo is made up of a piece of what? Wire. Which type of wire? Carbon, copper, aluminum or iron? For sure a copper wire. تمام. طيب. Now the compass contains. كان مكون من ايه الكمبس؟ horseshoe magnet ولا bar magnet or small magnetic needle? Yes, small magnetic needle. تمام. Now choose also. When the magnet is hanged freely, it will take the space direction. Which direction? Northwest ولا northeast ولا north south ولا east west? East south, sorry. For sure we only have one direction. The magnet takes always a fixed direction, which is north-south direction. تمام. Now, if we mix blue, green, and red, the primary colors, and red lights, they will produce what? From this picture, a white light. تمام. Now, choose the odd one. The odd one. Which is the odd one from here? Television, electric mixer, disk drive or copper wire. الثلاثة اللي فوق دول هم عبارة عن the uses of the electromagnet. لكن الكوبر واير ده اللي بنستخدمه in the structure of the electromagnet. يبقى for sure the odd one is the copper wire. تمام. Now correct the underlined word. Formation of shadow is due to traveling of light in curved line? No, in straight lines. Okay, now the green table reflects all light colors. Green, all light, أكيد مش green. اللي بيعمل reflect for the all light colors, the white color, the white optic object. تمام. Now the dynamo of the cylinder is connected to a cube-shaped magnet surrounded by a coil. شكل المagnet اللي جوه السلندر بيبقى شكله عامل ايه؟ A U-shaped magnet. Okay, now match between the two columns in here. Ammeter, electromagnet, dynamo and compass. Okay, طيب تعالوا نشوف الاميتر هو عبارة عن ايه؟ Can divide that we use to measure the electric current or the electricity. طب تعالوا نشوف هيبقى ايه هنا. يبقى to measure the electric current. The ammeter it's used to measure the electric current. طيب what about the electromagnet? تعالوا نشوف هنا. Convert mechanical energy into electric energy? No. Is used to make big sized winch? Yes. يبقى the electromagnet is used to make a big sized winches. Okay, what about the dynamo? Is the dynamo convert mechanical energy into electric energy? Yes, mechanical energy or the kinetic energy. آخر حاجة the compass. The compass we use it to identify the main 4 geographical directions. Okay, that's good. Now write the scientific term. Write a scientific term. It's the ability of the magnet to attract the magnetic materials that exist in its field. طب يا ترى ايه هي الability دي؟ The magnetic force. Now define the non-magnetic materials. كانت ايه هي non-magnetic materials؟ The non-magnetic materials, they are the materials that are not or can't be attracted to the magnet. ما تقدرش يحصل لها attract للمagnet. تمام؟ اوكي، يبقى احنا كده خدنا a little questions or some questions about the unit 1. عملنا revision on unit 1, lesson 1, 2, 3 and 4. عملنا revision, we review all the main points of the lesson. That's it for today. Thank you for listening and watching. See you next time in revision also for unit 2 and 3. And then thank you. See you later. Goodbye.